a big difference to the last time I spoke to you.
Yeah, all right, thank you, Trace. We'll come back to you. We've seen the emergence of some Labor stars tonight. Let's have a look at the Maribyrnong figures there for Bill Shorten.
Well, Bill Shorten, one of the most prominent of the trade union leaders who's switching to federal parliament in this election. He has 31,530 primary votes in the seat of Maribyrnong. The Liberals, 16,566. This is a safe seat, so there's no contest really. 57.8% share of the vote to Bill Shorten.
Scare campaign against unionists hasn't worked, has it?
It hasn't done well. No, not in this seat, and I think you expect it to, really. He's got a 6.1% swing to him. And he'll win that comfortably, as you'd expect. He's a very prominent candidate, very well known, and everyone expecting him to do well in the election.
All right, and I think we're going there. I think we've got, we can cross to Bill, can't we? Hey, Nick Johnson. Hey, can't hear you, Nick, for the moment. No, it's...
I'm out here at the Maribyrnong Bowls Club in Moonee Ponds tonight.
Go ahead, Nick.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, Ray, I'm out here at the Maribyrnong Bowls Club, and you can hear the crowd here behind me tonight in the heart of Moonee Ponds, which, of course, many Australians will know as the home of that famous Australian Cultural Export Dame Edna Everage. Well, tonight now it's also the home of Labor's Bill Shorten. He, of course, is one of the rising stars of the Labor movement and rose to prominence, if you like, during last year's Beaconsfield mine rescue. He's even been touted by some as a future Prime Minister. But, Bill, I suppose you might have to put those ambitions on hold for a little while yet, although it looks like you are now a Member of Parliament and, who knows, perhaps a Minister in a new Labor government.
Tonight's a fantastic outcome for Australia. Kevin Rudd and Julia Gillard have achieved the most momentous swing, and who knows, maybe tonight there's been a change of government. You know, I can hear the fat lady clearing her throat. I don't know if she's yet to sing, but the mood on the polling booths today is fantastic. The voters of Australia, certainly in my area, they like what they saw with Kevin Rudd. They like the new changes and the fresh plans, and they also. This is the first time there's been a chance to vote on the unfair work choice laws. For the first time ever, the Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister submitted himself to the will of the people, and those work choice laws got the thumbs down.
Now, what about out here in Maribyrnong? Because you came into this election with about a 10% buffer here. Do you expect that you'll actually increase your vote out here?
It's still early figures, but there appears to have been a 7% swing on primaries to Labor, which is fantastic. The people of Maribyrnong, they need good health care, they want to see good education for their kids, they want to plan for the future, and they certainly believe that the government hasn't done enough on climate change, and they want fair workplace laws. That, I think, explains perhaps the fairly high swing to Labor here.
Hey, Nick,
well, congratulations. Enjoy the night, Bill. Certainly.
Nick, can I ask you something there? We've heard
yes, Ray?
We've had 6 weeks of policies. I'd like to hear what Bill thinks now. Here he is. He's a 40-year-old man. He's in the federal parliament. Tell me what he thinks personally.
Ray wants to know exactly how are you feeling. I mean, it's been a long time coming. It's been a long campaign. I mean, what's the feeling now, actually knowing that you will be a Member of Parliament?
It's a feeling of great responsibility. All the hands I shook today, all the doors I door knocked on, you know, there's a lot of people who put their trust in you. Now what I want to make sure is that this part of Melbourne, the western suburbs, gets its fair share, and I think that it's only under Kevin Rudd and Labor will they get their fair share. But it's a big sense of responsibility. It's a privilege to serve in the federal parliament, and you know, it takes my breath away, and I'm really, really chuffed with the fact that the voters of this area have put their faith into me and into Rudd Labor, and we won't let them down.
Well, there you go, Ray. It's a very triumphant mood, as you can probably imagine, out here tonight in Moonee Ponds. Certainly the Labor faithful are going to enjoy this night. They've been feasting on a spit roast. The bar's doing a very brisk trade, and it's a very triumphant mood. For now, it's back to you.
Thanks, Dick, very much. Congratulations, Bill. Robert, I know that you're in the middle of something. Can I just ask you, I just asked that question to Bill Shorten. Here we have a man accepted by the party as a rising star. You've been there and done that. I mean, what's he going through now? Politics has been his life, as it was yours. He's 40, he's now in Parliament.
Well, I first met Bill Shorten when he was a blue coat at Victoria Park, Collingwood, at the footy. And it was very hard to watch the match because he wouldn't seat you until you had a half-hour political conversation. He was about 19 at the time, and he's been driven by politics ever since. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because the one thing that separates him from a lot of other candidates, he has other lives. You know, he lives a full life, just not politics. He's a very rounded individual as well as being very bright. And it's wise to identify him as someone of the future. He's got a great future.
All right, we'll have an election update shortly. First, let's take a quick break for a minute.